Today I am joined for a new video with longtime friend of the channel, Luke W. What's up, Luke?
What's up, Ryan? How you doing today, man?
Hey, man, I'm good. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here. And I got to ask, man, it's been a while since we caught up, but I've been seeing your Facebook updates. Like, what's new with the FBA business?
Wow, FBA, man, it's honestly been popping off so much, and I've seen you doing a bunch of content with the merch by Amazon, print on demand type of things. But
Mhm.
I mean, I've been waking up every morning, and there's literally like 10 to 20 messages between my Facebook and Instagram of people like seeing my stories. You know, I post a lot of my sales numbers, and people are like, "How the heck are you doing this?" I'm just explaining to people what this opportunity is, and I mean, I still find time to get myself out and about enjoying the summer. You know, I've gone on tons of little boat parties. My
Nice.
girlfriend's got like she's quite the networker, so we're getting out there meeting a bunch of awesome people. And it's not just about, you know, being behind your computer and learning these things and making all this money on your own. It's so much better when you can go spread the wealth and help people. So I'm just trying to balance best of both worlds. We just hit 5K subs on my channel yesterday
Damn.
after almost 400 YouTube videos made. So slow and steady progress, but you know, we're there, and super excited to just kind of be chatting with you again today, man.
Dude, that's awesome. And yeah, man, I like that you're selling the lifestyle aspect of things. Cause for real, like I'm 100% with you. If I was just doing FBA, like I don't know why, I must have some like addictive personality where it's like I see something else and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try that. And then I can't give it up, you know. So I've got my arms in, you know, Amazon merch, print on demand, KDP, FBA. But man, the FBA is really my easiest passive income stream to manage as far as like hours per week invested, unless I'm launching new products, which takes me to what I wanted to ask you about first and foremost, man. I saw you're launching one new product a month. Is that what I read?
Yeah, that was my goal. And I had a video about that in the beginning of 2020, just saying I want a new product launched every single month. I've built a little cash reserve, kind of a bigger cash reserve. And I'm like, what am I doing? Letting this sit in my bank account where it's going to be depreciating in value over time with all this new inflation. I
Especially
need,
right now.
dude, I need to invest this into products and do what I'm best at. I used to think in the beginning, this one way of thinking was not the best, but it was a good way to start. I just wanted to get one listing or like a couple of my listings to having a bunch of reviews so that I would think that they're fully automated and running on their own. But then I was like, you know, I know what I'm doing now. I'm going to make a great product bundle, stand out, do all these things. And I don't need a ton of reviews because my bundle is going to stand out so much that once I get it in there, you know, people are just going to buy it. And that's literally, I've been launching so many products. I just had a new one arrive yesterday, and it's kind of a COVID related product. It's already making sales, and it hasn't even, I'm not even running ads on it. I don't even have a review. I don't even have my good images yet. And it literally just went live like a couple days ago or whatever. And
Dude, that is awesome. I've had most of my products definitely are not like that when I launch a new one, but I have had that experience a few times, like less than 5 times. And it's like amazing when it goes live and all of a sudden it's got the BSR and it's, you know, going further and further down, man. So I really respect that you took time to do that this year. I've kind of done the opposite where there was some uncertainty around in my mind, at least, like how things are going to play out with COVID and with like importing, because we keep hearing about issues with China, and that is where all of my manufacturers are. And so it's for me, I was a little bit scared, but then also let me share that in April, I had a product that I launched last year, the most competitive niche that I've entered. I'll tell you about it off camera, but dude, I was like, man, if I can get a product ranked in this niche, then I am like really very good at Amazon FBA. I'm not just a fluke, you know? And I ended up getting, it took a year, but I ended up getting this. It had like two variations. I got one of the variations to rank 3 on the organic primary keywords, and I sold $15,000 in a day. So that was another reason why I was like, I do not want to tie up too much money in like new products, because if I have to like finance this product, because it costs about 40, it's in the 40 to 50 range dollars per unit. So, well, it doesn't cost me that. That's what I sell it for. But yeah, so I didn't want to have too much cash tied up in like other products that are new and less certain, when I was like, oh crap, I might have to be bankrolling like big orders. So
right, because especially with Q4 coming up, like is now a great time to get into Amazon. Of course it is. Like so many people are sitting on the sidelines at home on the fence, like, what am I doing? Am I just going to hang out this summer and get drunk and just party and stuff? But honestly, if you put a little bit of time into this, just learning Amazon, there's so many courses out there. I'm in the process of re-updating mine right now. I have almost 300 students. And actually, it was funny that you said you hit 15K in one day, because one of my new students that only got the course in March, basically 4 or 5 months ago, he hit 14K in a day.
Damn.
With his second day. So he ran out of stock, and then he was out for like a couple weeks, and then he turned his listing back on. The first day he hit like 8K, and then the next day it was 14K. And I don't know if you saw that story I posted on Instagram, but Brian Pate, man, this dude is destroying it with another product that's kind of in the similar price range as yours. And it's just like, I love that FBA allows you to, as opposed to maybe print on demand, you're able to just kind of get that product in there, and then it's going to make you a lot of money. All that research and time that you put in is going to pay off, where print on demand's like, you got to get more and more designs out there. Some of them are going to hit big, and so it's the best of both worlds what you're doing. And I'm jumping into print on demand too, but FBA, man, that's the moneymaker for me.
Dude,
for sure.
I agree, man. Like, I feel like with print on demand, something that nobody can deny. Like, the barrier of entry for FBA is higher, period. Mm-hmm. So there's less competition. And the result of the opposite being true with print on demand, more competition, you're more at the mercy of the algorithms and to an extent, fate. Unless you're paying to advertise print on demand products that have lower profit margins on average, you're really just hoping that that you get ranked on page one, that you get clicked, that they buy, that you continue to get, you know what I mean? With FBA, we more or less control our fate.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, the barrier to entry, it seems like it's a lot harder for people to get in. I mean, it is more so than a lot of other things, but still, when you break it down into the simple processes of what Amazon really is, getting your account set up and all these little things, and just getting that first product in, contacting suppliers, creating a good listing, and then some marketing and advertising strategy. Like, those are kind of the things that once you learn them, you just rinse and repeat them, and you can do those with more and more products. And one of the big things I teach my students now is just creating that bundle that's going to stand out and make a no-brainer offer. So if everyone has, CBD oil for dogs that is selling for $34.99 for just one little vial of that, if you do a 2-pack and you're charging $49.99, that's only $15 more. So instead of someone paying $70 for 2 individuals, they see that no-brainer offer for, oh, hey, it's, $10 more if I just buy that extra one. And then that's going to set you above when every product looks exactly the same. If you just come to that market with, that 2-pack listing at a good price, it's going to be hard to pass that up. And
I really like that idea. I really do. And I've been seeing more bundles on Amazon. So it's funny you say that, because as we were talking about before we started recording, like, I was working on setting, we coincidentally both have the same microphone, except you actually got yours set up. I was missing a piece that I had to order at like 1 a.m. Yeah, dude, I can't wait. And I was like searching for the mixer, and I was like seeing like bundles, and I was like, that's interesting. Like, there is a lot more than I would expect to see here.
Yeah. And honestly, that's kind of what I've been sticking with. And I want to branch out and do more lifestyle stuff because of, I just went to Mount Rainier, just an amazing hike. And that's kind of the video I started out. I'm like, I'm on top of the world. Nice. And I love to go wakeboard, snowboard, anything with a board, and I want to throw those more into the lifestyle of Amazon, just so people can get a better feel. Cause I just keep putting out FBA videos, but if I throw more lifestyle in, maybe it's a little more intriguing and entertaining too. Because I don't know, FBA, that's all I freaking talk about. Like, I got into stocks for a little bit, Yeah. And I actually made like 6 videos on there, and they took off really big, but they changed so much, and I just fall back on FBA every time. I just love it too much. I don't know.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's like when I started my channel, I wanted it to be FBA, and then I had to kind of shift it because the FBA videos were doing like 10% of the views of, print on demand. So right. I gotta give the people what they need, what they want. But there's obviously I'm sure you see it too. You said you have 300 students in your FBA course. Congratulations, man. That's awesome. Like, my best-selling course, my most popular course, I should say, is the Amazon FBA course. There's definitely, obviously, a ton of interest in that. And, it's great that you're working on refreshing your course. And any other, the real purpose I wanted to have you jump on here for was to just talk more or less. Like, I've been getting a lot of messages like you have about people interested in starting. So what is it like starting an online business if you have no experience and you're interested in Amazon FBA? Like, what should you know? Are there any like just tips that you would give?
Yeah, so a lot of people right now are like, hey, should I go sell these masks that everyone's getting in these COVID type products? And it's just so much more important to do your research before you get into Amazon. And that's why there's so many other courses out there. Again, you want to find the mentor that's legitimately going to help you. And I hop on a 1 hour call with all my students and help them find products after they finish the course. I'm going to start cutting that down now that I've got such a new influx. But if you try and if you buy like 1,000 of these masks and you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to sell these on Amazon. Number one, just setting up your account. I've had a lot of people having issues with that lately. There's so much more verification process that's making it even harder to set up an account. And if you hit on one of those landmines, boom, they're just going to say, hey, this doesn't work. Send us this other document. Show us a business license. And the more you fail at getting your account set up, they're going to ask for more and more info. So just that alone is hurting people before they even start. But then if you get that account up and you're like, let's sell these masks, those are restricted products. And there's all these, just so much info on Amazon about restricted products, certifications, FDA approval, EPA approval, and all these things, when you get a hold of someone who's done it before in a step-by-step fashion, which is always why I recommend getting a course. And if it's not mine, like just do your due diligence at who you're getting in with. But I mean, that's what I did in the beginning. I bought a course. I watched hundreds of hours of videos. I mean, at this point, I just straight up hop on phone calls. I don't know anyone else. I mean, maybe you do this with people, but I still find time to just, hey, if you have a quick question, DM me on Instagram. I'll hop on a call, let you know how I can help you personally. And that's that personal touch that's going to let people know this guy's actually seriously going to help me. And when you find that, then you'll go through the step-by-step process. You'll learn what to avoid. You'll learn what to do. And it just increases your odds of success just so much more because however many, I think there's quite a few million Amazon accounts out there, but only a smaller percentage are even active. Like a lot of them aren't even active, and even less are actually doing the right things to succeed.
Making any sales. Yeah.
You'll see listings that just have, one image and just terrible listing quality, but somehow they're making a bunch of sales. And it could be because they're maybe sold by Amazon. Amazon has bought the rights to that product or whatever. Or it could be that they've been there for so long that, I don't know, Amazon's just ranked it up for so many keywords that it's just showing up. And it comes down to, ranking your products. Like Ryan said, once you start ranking, it's harder to do that with print on demand. It's kind of a bust or bail, just send it out there, hope it works. But with FBA, we're ranking our products for specific keywords. Our bundle's going to stand out. We can start running ads and have a super low price in the beginning when we have a couple reviews, when we want to launch our product. Instead of giving away a ton of units, why not, run a advertising campaign, spend your money there instead of giving away products.
Right.
And you'll be ranking organically in Amazon and
the way they want it to be done.
Yeah, you just kind of want to follow their rules because Amazon's catching on more now than ever of just, people faking things.
You're talking about the it's harder and harder to open seller accounts, and that shouldn't, in my mind, it shouldn't deter anybody from wanting to start. It's actually a good thing if you're not trying to cheat the system. Like for instance, I'm going to sell masks, but I'm going to list them in the wrong category and get through the filter. It's don't do any of that crap. Amazon making it harder to get new accounts means the legitimate sellers like Luke and I, we are benefiting directly. Like you said, you were ranking products without even running ads. Dude, in my income reports, where mainly where I give my FBA updates, since I don't do that many FBA videos anymore, but I turned off all of my ads at one point because they were just not needed. People were disappearing, products were disappearing. And I was like, hey, if I'm getting all these sales without, because my A cost goes up obviously too, unless I'm in there editing every single keyword bid. So I was like, hey, you know what? I'm turning it off. I'm going to see what happens. And it was working. Recently, I've been turning them back on, but I'm closely monitoring how much I'm spending and being, careful about it. Cause it's not the same. It's in a good way. Right.
Yeah. Honestly, the ACOS thing and the advertising, I literally put up the most no-brainer, easy to run ads on earth. I'll take 2 of my main keywords, put them in as a phrase match campaign. So maybe it's a pretty broad keyword, but it's still specific to my product. I'll go phrase match, and then I'll do a super low bid. I literally have an 8-cent bid, even though the suggested bid is 85 cents. I have a super low price bid, And my ACOS is, even for my lower priced items, my year to date ACOS is like 4.3%. And I
Dude,
share that right now. So
I did a
super.
video about that like a couple months ago. It's so funny you say that. And I was like, I do take consulting calls as well. And like, yeah, I was like telling people, I was like, look, like we're on screen shares. I'm like, trust me on this one. Structure your ads this way. And then make an extra campaign where you just grab like, except I was saying like, honestly, if you're gonna do the low ball, grab all the keywords that you think are even remotely relevant, and the ones that aren't, just ignore them. But if they're remotely relevant, they might have a chance. Lowball it. Just call it your lowball campaign. And I mean, we were seeing results. So
Yeah, there's so many weird keywords that you'll show up for. And even with the low bid, it's not about, maybe when you're launching, you want to throw your product on, pay for higher bids and get on page one, have a couple reviews, having that social proof, and then having a super almost break even price on your bundle. So it's like, wow, I'm saving money and I'm getting a 2-pack where a 1-pack is $5 more than this. Like, just make it super no brainer. So then you can rank. And that's literally how I launch my products right now. And it works great. But I mean,
nice.
if you're going to have a campaign with low bids, you're not going to show up maybe on page one, but you'll show up on other product detail pages and other competitor
There's so many
listings.
spots now.
Yeah.
So
So
many ad spots.
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
But dude, that's awesome, man. I love that you're seeing success with the same stuff, and we didn't even plan that. But man, I wanted to keep this video like kind of short. We're getting around the 15-minute mark. So any like last remarks, anything you want to share for people potentially looking to start FBA in August 5th? By the way, key date, August 5th. Like you said, that's me knocking. That's the fourth quarter knocking. So anything you want to wrap up with?
Yeah, fourth quarter's on the way. Christmas holiday season is expected to blow up more than ever. You see all these stores shutting down. It's really sad to see, like my local skate shops and things like that just going out of business. All these stores going out of business. Nordstrom saying, hey, we're going to be going all online, all this stuff. And like, you have to catch this wave. And there's so many people that are going to need to learn this at one day or another, because the risk of having a 9 to 5 is so tremendous at this point, where you can go in and you'll be forced to, who knows, I don't even want to get political here, but they're going to be like, hey, have this, vaccine before you work here, or you have to wear a mask to work here. And my girlfriend's a server still, and she's wearing a mask. It's like 85 degrees and she's running around, dude. Like,
plus, don't get me started on the last 15 years of clinical studies on the effectiveness of masks preventing influenza-like viruses.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on those studies.
Okay, yeah, we'll save that for another video. We'll save it for another video.
Yeah.
But the whole country's so divided right now, and I think bringing the positivity of actual resourceful information that can help people make money from the comfort of their own home without having to mask up is just the best thing. And that's why so many people are getting into this right now, or wanting to get into it. And I'll tell you, a pretty big percentage of students that even might get my course, I don't really see them through till the end. They might not see through the course. They might let life get in the way. So there's still so many people, you might think it's saturated, but really there's such a small percentage that really sticks this stuff through, as easy as it is once you learn the process. Because in the beginning, there's that big learning curve. But after that, you're like, hey, rinse and repeat, more products, let's do it. If you do a bundle, you can have a pretty good chance of success, even with lower reviews, because your bundle will make up for that. You have lower reviews and people will still buy it.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would just say, yeah, like there's not much more to lose. I mean, I don't know how much your course is, Ryan. Mine's like $497. I have a $997 offer, and it's like $500 to learn what you can. Like my recent student here, like 14K in a day. He's like, dude, the ROI on your course is insane. And on my landing page, I have his video. I have other student videos I've done, and other guys doing 24K a month in sales. And with private label, what I teach, you're getting like 40-50% profit margins. Like it's pretty insane right now. So when you make those bundles, you can just increase that price so much more. My products are all like $10-15 higher than the other top sellers, and people are still buying mine. I make more profit per sale. I don't care about selling 1,000 units a day. I'd rather sell less than that, but make more money because I'm making more profit per sale. And I have to deal with less inventory too. So there's just so much more I could just talk about here, but I don't know. I love it, man.
No, man, that's great. And definitely, I'm sure you've piqued a lot of people's interests. And yeah, my course is the same price, but yeah, that's awesome, dude. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for your students. I'm in agreement. I love the value proposition of maybe bundling things, because I have had similar success with stuff like that where, oh, people are selling 2-packs, I'm gonna sell a 5-pack. And like you said, you build in a higher profit margin. Maybe you don't sell as many, but when you do make those sales, dude, my first product I ever launched had like a 40 something % profit margin. So I can relate. I got you.
Exactly. And the last thing I want to say too is just the higher priced items you sell, the more profit margin you have to play with. And it's just so much better. Like you might get a $40 product from Alibaba and you're able to sell it for 110. I have a $40 product that sells for $119.99. So it's making like $60 profit after Amazon fees per sale. 3 sales a day, that's almost $200 profit a day. That already wipes out most 9-to-5 jobs with 3 sales. So it's better than doing a $14.99 product, and then you're straight up
and struggling.
$3, $4 profit per sale. You have to penny pinch. I like having those big margins, sell fewer units. I have a product that makes $100 profit per sale. I get it for 60, sell it for $198.99. And, that's just so much more money to play with. And, it grows fast. So
I love it, man. I love it. You got me excited about launching new products. And hey, it's August. I might have to go in there and just maybe grab like 2 or 3 new ones. Because like you said too, the dollar, guys, it is depreciating in value. At some point, the news is going to start informing the public about what's gone on for the last month and a half as far as like what our dollar's actually worth in terms of buying power. And when that day happens, yeah, you're not going to want to be in banks. So that's a good note to end on, I think, man. I really appreciate it.
We'll see you guys there.
Look forward to that.